Sometimes, before the biggest blessings enter a woman's life, she is guided through a process that may not always make sense. These moments are not random. They are signs that something extraordinary is unfolding behind the scenes. When the soul is being prepared for greatness, the journey often begins with quiet signals. If you've been feeling a shift, this message might be for you. When a blessing is near, life often takes an unexpected turn that can feel overwhelmingly uncomfortable. It's almost as if everything that was once steady starts to shift beneath your feet. Doors were wide open suddenly close. Plans that once made perfect sense begin to crumble. People you thought would always be there may drift away, and the things that used to bring you joy start to feel empty. It can feel like life is becoming unrecognizable, as if you are being pushed into situations you never wanted to face. But this discomfort is not to break you. It's to prepare you. When a woman is on the edge of receiving something truly great, the process usually begins with pressure. Think of it like a seed buried deep in the ground. Before it can bloom, the soil must crack and the seed must break open. That breaking point is necessary for the growth to begin. Similarly, when life feels like it's cracking apart, it may actually be the beginning of your transformation. The discomfort forces you to move. It forces you to grow. It pulls you away from what is safe so you can step into what is destined. Sometimes, this uncomfortable season is filled with moments where you question everything. You may wonder why things aren't working, why people are leaving, or why you're feeling so much resistance. But these moments are not a sign of failure. In fact, they are often the clearest signs that you are on the path to something extraordinary. God does not allow you to remain in comfortable places when you are meant to rise higher. He will shake your environment, disturb your routines, and allow challenges to enter your life so that you are pushed to your next level. This discomfort may show up as emotional heaviness, restlessness, or even a season where you feel lost. But this is part of the preparation. You are being stripped of old versions of yourself that can no longer serve you in the place you are going. The pain has purpose. The confusion has a role. It is all guiding you toward what you prayed for, even if it doesn't look like it yet. In these moments, it's important to trust the process. The breaking, the closing, the shifting, they are all signs that something bigger is on the way. Sometimes the discomfort is not life punishing you. It is life positioning you. It's the beginning of your breakthrough, the first step toward the blessing that has been written for you all along. When a woman is about to receive a life-changing blessing, one of the clearest signs is that certain people, places, and habits begin to naturally fall away from her life. It may start subtly. A friend stops calling, a relationship grows distant, or you begin to lose interest in environments you once enjoyed. At first, this can feel painful and confusing. You might ask yourself why these people are drifting away, or why you no longer feel connected to certain routines and surroundings. But what you may not realize is that this is not an accident. It is a divine process of separation that is making space for what's truly meant for you. When you are moving towards something greater, not everyone is meant to go with you. Some people were only assigned to a particular season of your life. They were there to teach you, support you, or accompany you for a time, but their role has now been completed. Trying to hold on to these connections can actually slow your growth or prevent you from stepping fully into your blessing. This is why, as you prepare for something bigger, God will begin to gently remove the people and things that can no longer walk alongside you on your new path. This process of separation can also include internal habits, patterns, and ways of thinking. You may begin to feel convicted about the things you used to tolerate. The old cycles you once lived in start to feel uncomfortable. Your spirit becomes more aware, and you realize that some habits, relationships, or environments are no longer good for your growth. It's as if your soul is saying, "You can't take this with you." The things that once felt familiar and safe now feel heavy and out of place. Even though this season can feel like loss, it's actually protection. It's alignment. It's God clearing the road so you can move forward without unnecessary baggage. If certain people are pulling away, if doors are closing, if you find yourself shedding old parts of your life, trust that it's not because you're being abandoned. It's because you're being elevated. The separation is painful, but it's necessary. This is a divine sign that your life is being rearranged to welcome something better. Sometimes the blessing is so big that your current surroundings cannot hold it. God will remove what's not meant for you so that you can fully receive what is. Trust the process, even when it hurts. The separation is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that your breakthrough is closer than you think. There comes a moment in a woman's life when her spirit begins to awaken in ways she cannot fully explain. It often starts quietly. There's a gentle tug inside, a soft voice urging her to look deeper, to seek more than what she sees on the surface. She may have gone through life focused on routines, responsibilities, and the things society tells her are important, but suddenly those things begin to lose their shine. She finds herself craving something else, something real, something lasting, something higher. This is the moment when her spirit starts to come alive. She begins to feel drawn to things that feed her soul. Where she once found satisfaction in shallow spaces, now she seeks depth. She longs for quiet moments of reflection. She desires peace over popularity, purpose over temporary pleasure. The need to connect with her higher self becomes stronger. She starts to listen more carefully to her inner voice, realizing that the answers she's been searching for might not be out in the world, but already within her. This awakening doesn't always look loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's as simple as feeling like the things she used to chase no longer fulfill her. In this season, her priorities begin to shift. Her heart becomes more sensitive. She might develop a deeper sense of gratitude, start recognizing small miracles in her everyday life, and feel more aware of how her choices align with her values. Old distractions lose their grip. Things she once overlooked now carry weight and meaning. The way she loves, the way she forgives, the way she hopes. All of it begins to transform. It's as though her eyes are opening for the first time. This awakening may also stir a hunger to understand spiritual truths on a deeper level. She might feel an increased desire to pray, to read, to listen, or simply to sit in silence and connect with something beyond herself. This connection starts to guide her steps, influencing her decisions and drawing her closer to her life's true calling. Even when she cannot fully explain what's happening, she knows in her heart that she is being prepared for something greater. What makes this spiritual awakening so powerful is that it often comes right before a significant blessing. It is as if her spirit must be aligned, her heart must be open, and her mind must be clear to fully receive what is coming. She's no longer chasing empty things. She's preparing herself for something with eternal weight. This quiet transformation is one of the strongest signs that something beautiful is about to enter her life. When a woman is on the verge of receiving something extraordinary, life often begins to align in ways that feel almost magical. Opportunities start to appear that she never saw coming. These moments are not forced or manipulated. They come naturally, effortlessly, and often in ways she could never have planned. Doors that were once tightly shut begin to swing open. The right people show up at the right time. Conversations happen that lead to unexpected breakthroughs. It's as if life itself is gently pulling her in the direction of her purpose. These sudden opportunities may arrive in many forms. It could be a new career path, a meaningful relationship, a chance to move to a new place, or a project that perfectly fits her gifts and passions. What's important is that these doors open without struggle. She doesn't have to beg, chase, or compromise her worth to step through them. Instead, they come to her in a way that feels aligned with her heart and her growth. These are not distractions. They are divine arrangements carefully prepared for her. Sometimes the opportunities seem small at first, almost easy to overlook. A brief conversation that leads to something bigger, a simple invitation that changes everything, or a tiny decision that opens the pathway to her next level. That's why staying present and paying attention is so important. Life speaks in subtle ways, and the opportunities that feel insignificant can carry life-changing potential. What's even more powerful is that these doors often open in the middle of uncertainty. Just when she thought life was standing still, movement begins. Just when she felt stuck, something shifts. It's like a gentle reminder that timing is not always in her control, but the preparation was never wasted. All those moments where she felt overlooked, delayed, or forgotten were actually setting the stage for her to walk into these new spaces with the wisdom and strength she needed. These divine opportunities don't require her to betray herself. They feel right even if they're challenging. There's a sense of peace that follows them even when the next steps aren't fully clear. When she walks through these open doors, she often realizes they were not random. They were the answers to prayers she may have whispered long ago. When life starts opening doors that align with her purpose, it's a beautiful confirmation that she is stepping into the season she was prepared for. These opportunities are the visible signs that her blessing is not only near, it's already unfolding. There's a certain kind of restlessness that begins to grow inside a woman when she's approaching a life-changing blessing. It's not the same as anxiety or impatience. It's a deep, persistent feeling that something bigger is coming, even though she may not be able to see any signs of it yet. This restlessness isn't about dissatisfaction with life, but rather a quiet inner knowing that she's being pulled towards something greater. It's like a spark has been lit inside her, and no matter how much she tries to ignore it or distract herself, it keeps burning, gently reminding her that her story is about to shift. She may find herself losing interest in things that once fully captured her attention. Conversations that used to excite her may now feel shallow. Places where she once felt at home now seem too small. She begins to crave something new, something with deeper meaning. It's as if her spirit knows her current surroundings are no longer big enough to hold the next version of her life. Even when everything around her looks the same, she can feel that change is approaching. This restlessness pushes her to dream bigger, to ask for more, and to prepare her heart for what's coming. During this season, it's common for her to feel torn between comfort and calling. She may try to settle, to convince herself that what she has is enough. But the feeling doesn't go away. It continues to rise within her, sometimes in quiet moments, sometimes when she's surrounded by noise. It follows her into her daily routines, shows up in her thoughts, and gently whispers that she's meant for more. This is not greed or impatience. It's a divine nudge, a spiritual preparation for the blessing ahead. The restlessness can also make her feel like she's in a waiting room, suspended between what was and what's coming. She might not have all the answers yet, but she knows she's being prepared. It's during this time that she often begins to make changes, even without fully understanding why. She might start setting boundaries, shifting her focus, or stepping away from things that no longer feel aligned. All of this is part of her spirit getting ready to receive. The beauty of this restlessness is that it refuses to let her settle. It drives her to keep moving, to keep growing, and to keep believing, even when nothing visible has changed yet. It's a sacred sign that something is unfolding behind the scenes. And soon, her external world will catch up with the promise her heart already knows. There is something truly powerful about experiencing peace that doesn't make sense. When a woman is on the verge of receiving a great blessing, one of the clearest signs is that she begins to carry an unexplainable calm within her, even if her external world feels like it's falling apart. It's not the kind of peace that comes because everything is going right. It's the kind of peace that stands strong even when things are uncertain, challenging, or shifting. It settles deep in her spirit, quietly reassuring her that she is exactly where she needs to be. This peace isn't something she has to chase or force. It arrives softly, like a quiet friend sitting beside her in the middle of life's noise. She may still have unanswered questions, unfinished battles, or mountains she hasn't yet climbed, but somehow she is no longer overwhelmed. She is no longer fighting to control everything. She understands that the blessing coming her way is already in motion, and she doesn't have to manipulate the process. The peace tells her to rest, to trust, to breathe, because what is meant for her will find her. It's often during times when most people would expect her to panic or give up that this unusual peace rises within her. The deadlines, the disappointments, the delays, none of them shake her the way they used to. She begins to walk with quiet confidence, not because everything is perfect, but because her spirit is anchored in something bigger than her circumstances. There is a silent strength in knowing that even though she can't see the full picture, she can feel that something beautiful is on the way. This peace also shifts the way she carries herself. She becomes less reactive. She no longer feels the need to explain herself, prove her worth, or force doors to open. She knows that what is hers cannot be taken from her, and she moves with a steady grace that others can feel, even if they don't understand it. People may wonder why she's not worried, why she's not rushing, why she seems so sure. But it's because she has found peace in the waiting. What makes this peace so special is that it often arrives just before the blessing. It's like a signal from the divine that the preparation is complete and what she's been waiting for is already on its way. She doesn't need to see it to believe it. She already knows. This calm is not weakness. It's quiet proof that her faith is working, that her heart is ready, and that her blessing is near. When a woman is about to be blessed with something extraordinary, life begins to speak to her in quiet, powerful ways. Through discomfort, separation, spiritual awakening, unexpected opportunities, deep restlessness, unexplainable peace, and repeated confirmations, she is gently guided toward her next season. These signs are not coincidences. They are divine signals preparing her heart, mind, and life to receive what is meant for her. Even when the process feels uncertain or challenging, she can trust that everything is unfolding with purpose. The blessing is not just on the way. It's already written for her, and soon it will arrive in its perfect time. All she has to do is keep moving, keep believing, and keep her spirit open.